आयडियल इंडिया पक्ष विषयाचे सादरीकरण करेल. माननीय पंतप्रधान शुभंकर पोळ यांना मी विनंती करतो की त्यांनी आपला विषय मांडावा.
Honorable Speaker and all the House members, I am Shubhankar, Prime Minister of India, and I will be presenting a policy speech about inclusion of financial literacy in school curriculum from the side of Ideal India Party. In today's world, we are taught to conserve every resource we have and utilize it with utmost planning. But we fail in recognizing the importance of carefully handling one of the most valuable and most wanted resources, which, if you say so, is money. And so, we are never taught about managing and preserving it. But why should we worry about money? म्हणजे पैसा हा सर्वस्व नाहीच ना. However, we must not forget that one's standard of living, his subsistence in the society, and his potential to thrive in the future is largely determined by the fact that whether the person is financially stable or not. If yes, then and then only one gets access to better standard of living, better education, healthcare, etc. Then how can one become financially stable? Well, one might say by earning enough money, isn't it? And that is the thing which we all know. We are all made capable of earning our living, but we don't know how to manage the money we have earned. And this skill of managing our finances can be acquired only and only by acquiring financial literacy. So, first of all, what is financial literacy? Financial literacy is termed as the ability to use various financial skills related to financial planning, such as saving, budgeting, investing, and understanding terms such as tax, EMI, credit, debit, etc. Without this knowledge, a person may not be able to take right financial decisions and might be dependent on somebody for the same. This dependency can be misused or taken disadvantage of. The way ants always prepare for winter by stacking extra food, financial literacy teaches us to always be financially prepared for a bad time that one might face ahead. Also, with the help of proper budgeting, even a not so rich but financially literate person can fulfill his needs and stay happily. But without proper financial planning, even a well-to-do person can lose his monetary gains. Financial literacy implants in a person an extremely important part of financial management, that is financial discipline, enabling one to reach his financial goals faster, and also teaches one value for money and value of money. Similarly, financial literacy works hand in hand with business sense or business acumen, which is necessary for taking critical financial decisions, especially in one's professional life. A survey conducted by private firm Local Circles suggests that 43% of Indians have experienced financial frauds in the last 3 years. A very prominent reason behind this is the lack of financial awareness, due to which people tend to very easily reveal their personal banking details to others. Also, financial literacy makes one aware about his financial needs and financial capacity, and gives one the ability to avoid unnecessary debt. Along with this, financial literacy teaches you the best way of preserving and growing money through saving and investing. Also, a financially literate population can manage and grow their money in a better way, leading to economic growth of the country. So, considering these advantages of financial literacy, we should surely take a look at how far we have come in spreading financial literacy in India. As per a survey conducted by Security and Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI, only 27% of adults in India are financially literate, which is much lesser than international average. How can we increase this percentage? For that, let's take a look at financial literacy rates of some other so-called developed countries. While America has 57% financial literacy rate, Germany has 66%, and UK has 67%, Denmark, Sweden, and Norway stand the tallest with 71% financial literacy rate. But something these all countries have in common is that they all have invested heavily in spreading financial literacy in the youth in schools through programs funded mainly by government or national bank. This gives us a basic idea that financial literacy in a country can increase only when the upcoming generation is introduced to financial literacy. And the best way to do this is by including financial literacy in school curriculum. Now, one might wonder, is it really important to provide financial literacy to children at school level? Well, doing this will make students responsible and independent adults, as financial literacy teaches you proper management not only of money but of every resource you have. Students will get to learn financial management in a standard and clear method at schools at a rather young age. After all, financial literacy is an exceptionally important life skill that children need to learn at school, because one needs to have money to get mostly any service for himself or herself, and so do we need financial literacy. Honorable Speaker, now that we are clear that inclusion of financial literacy in school curriculum is must, let's talk about how to do it. So, first of all, a subject dedicated especially to financial literacy will be introduced in the school curriculum. It will require just one lecture per week. The subject will have lessons about what is money, trading, basic banking, digital banking, types of checks and cards, saving and investing methods, frauds and scams in banking, budgeting, insurance, taxation, and laws about secure banking. Regular tests will be conducted, that is, one test for each chapter, and so involvement of the subject in annual exams won't be necessary. Even if the subject won't be involved in the annual exams, it will be mandatory for the students to pass in the subject to get promoted to the next class. The test for the subject will have questions like, how will you identify and react to a fraud call? Or prepare a budget for organizing a birthday party? Or a person gets X rupees as his income. Create his annual saving plan. With such questions, not only textual or conceptual knowledge, but practical learning will also be promoted. To ensure that we don't miss out some remote or rural areas in providing financial literacy, where some students find it difficult to even get proper schooling, we shall focus there more on inculcating in the students skills like financial discipline or saving, or providing them business sense, rather than focusing on the technical side. We shall do this by organizing activities for them like vegetable fair or food stalls. After these activities, students will be taught to manage the money they will earn through these activities, providing them a sense of trading and other skills we have discussed about earlier. At the same time, we shall focus that we provide in these areas infrastructure for banks to ensure that these children don't stay behind in getting knowledge about banking. Also, government will organize free online courses for the students. Field visits, that is visits to bank, will also be included in the curriculum. Students will be encouraged to open a bank account and start saving in it. The final implementation of the subject will be from the class 6th to 10th. Training workshops for teachers at government institutions and guest lectures about financial literacy for students will be organized. Honorable Speaker, I would like to conclude by saying that the changes made in the school curriculum by adding the new subject of financial literacy are steps for creating a financially literate generation and to ensure that after passing his or her matriculation, every Indian student is well versed with financial literacy and concerned issues. We assure you that these measures will surely direct us to a future where India has incredible economic strength and becomes a global financial superpower. Thank you.
धन्यवाद. यानंतर प्रश्नोत्तरांची वेळ सुरू होत आहे. पक्षाच्या नावाची घोषणा केल्यानंतर त्याच पक्षाच्या प्रतिनिधीने आपला प्रश्न विचारावा. भारत वितर्क पक्ष, कृपया हात वर करावा.
The 73% financially illiterate people are not at all school going people. How do you propose to teach them as school students usually come from an economical stable background?
धन्यवाद. भारत प्रबोधन पक्ष.
You are saying that you will include it in the school curriculum. Are you sure the parents will support it? As they will say that we are teaching them about money, why should an extra subject be added in school curriculum?
धन्यवाद. भारत एकता पक्ष.
हॅलो, माझं नाव शरण्या जांभोरकर, भारत एकता पार्टीमधून मी क्वेश्चन करते. जे तुम्ही टॉपिक्स म्हणालात जे स्कूल कोर्समध्ये करिक्युलरमध्ये ॲड केल्या जातील आहेत ते ऑलरेडी एक्झिस्टिंग आहेत. 9th आणि 10thच्या सिलेबसमध्ये हे टॉपिक्स ऑलरेडी एक्झिस्टिंग आहेत. तर याने काय फार एक्सपोजर मिळतं?
धन्यवाद. भारत लोकवादी पक्ष.
My name is Rugved Milind Otari from Bharat Lokwadi Party. I want to ask that how will you generalize the curriculum for economy?
धन्यवाद. भारत आरोहण पक्ष.
तुम्ही म्हणालात की 6वी ते 10वी या अभ्यासक्रमामध्ये तुम्ही इन्क्ल्यूड करणार हा विषय. मग ही थिअरी झाली, तुम्ही प्रॅक्टिकली ते स्वतःच्या आयुष्यात इम्प्लिमेंट करतील ह्याबद्दल काय कराल?
धन्यवाद. सर्वांचे प्रश्न विचारून झाले आहेत. माननीय पंतप्रधानांनी उत्तरे द्यावीत अशी मी त्यांना विनंती करतो. 1 मिनिट झालेला आहे. मी माननीय पंतप्रधानांना विनंती करतो की त्यांनी प्रश्नांची उत्तरे द्यावीत.
तर पहिला प्रश्न असा होता की 73% जे फायनान्शियली इलिटरेट पीपल आहेत त्यांनी स्कूल गोईंग नाही आहेत. सो फॉर दॅट पॉप्युलेशन वी हॅव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड दॅट people those who are living in remote areas or rural areas, they will have different activities to teach them financial literacy and skills regarding that. And we have also said that we'll develop infrastructure in those remote areas so that they also don't lag behind in banking. Also, next question is how will parents support for this, because they will say that we are teaching this already, but it is not. We will convince them first of all by telling them the importance. And there will be a subject specially allotted for financial literacy for so more knowledge and standardized knowledge will be there. Also, one more question was that already existing in 9 to 10 syllabus.
कृपया पुढील 30 सेकंदात आपलं उत्तर द्यावे.
In 9-10 syllabus, it is already present financial literacy. But a specially dedicated subject is different and you can understand it itself. How to generalize this curriculum? We have already bifurcated it. We are not generalizing it for all the students. And also practical implementation, all the details are given in the speech. If you want anything in like specific, you can ask it now.
धन्यवाद. माननीय पंतप्रधानांची उत्तरे देऊन झालेली आहेत. आता ज्यांनी प्रश्न विचारले आहेत त्या 5 खासदारांनी कृपया उभे राहावे. आता माननीय पंतप्रधान आणि खासदार यांना एकत्रित चर्चेसाठी 3 मिनिटांचा अतिरिक्त कालावधी देण्यात येत आहे. कृपया चर्चेस सुरुवात करावी.
How will you convince and motivate the people who have traditional mindset and who don't believe in investments?
See, about money, when we are talking about money, everybody comes to, like, everybody wants money, obviously. And so if we tell them that there is a way in which we can grow money, and then they surely will get attracted, we'll explain how to do it. And then as it is a safe place to invest, they surely will come ahead.
But the question remains same. People who don't believe in investment.
Exactly, that is what I said. We'll convince in this way.
I would like to ask that wouldn't it be a bit risky to tell the students how to open an account, how to get the money? So that's what I was trying to ask. How will the parents support it? And what if the chances of risk increase? That we are telling them everything in detail. It should be known, but as an adult, you know.
Yes, I got it. So we are telling them to open a bank account as a minor. So as a minor, they cannot withdraw their own money or neither can they deposit as soon as they reach the age of 18, and thus they will have to come with a guardian to their bank account to do whatever transactions they want. So there won't be any such issue.
You said you won't be having any generalized curriculum or portion for this subject. Then how will you teach it?
We did not say we will not have a generalized portion. We are just saying that for the entire population will not teach the same. For some people who don't even go to school, for some students who don't even come to schools regularly, to them to attract will conduct some activities. But of course, those who are going to schools, we'll propose to all the states, state governments and to all the educational boards that they should approve the same proposed curriculum so that there is a uniformness maintained in the country.
My question remains the same, that आउटकम म्हणजे ऑलरेडी हे सब्जेक्ट शिकवल्या जातात आहे, त्याचा फार आउटकम दिसत नाही आहे, म्हणून तुम्ही हा नवीन सब्जेक्ट इंट्रोड्यूस करता आहात. तर नवीन सब्जेक्ट जो विषय असेल त्याचा आउटकम काय एक्सपेक्टेड आहे तुम्हाला, जे आता नाही येतात?
So the outcome will be that all the students will be financially literate. म्हणजे त्यांना नॉलेज येईल की नुसतं पैसे कमवायचेच कसे हे नाही, तर त्या पैशांना कसं स्वतःजवळ साठवून ठेवायचं, प्रॉब्लेम्समध्ये कसं नीट यूज करायचं, त्यांना इन्व्हेस्ट करून ग्रो कसं करायचं, तर हे होईल आणि इंडियाची इकॉनॉमी ग्रो होईल. अँड ऑल्सो त्यांना बेटर आयडिया येईल. अँड दे विल ऑल्सो लाईक आता रिसेंटली युनियन बजेट रिलीज झाले, तर त्यांना जर आपण फायनान्शियल लिटरेट पॉप्युलेशन असेल तर दे विल गेट अन आयडिया की हे चालू आहे आणि दे कॅन क्वेश्चन द गव्हर्मेंट इन अ वे की आता त्यांनी युनियन बजेटमध्ये त्यांना काहीतरी पटलं नाही, तर अ सिटिझन कॅन कम अप अँड क्वेश्चन इट. सो दे विल बिकम केपेबल ऑफ डुईंग दिस.
धन्यवाद. चर्चेसाठीचा वेळ संपलेला आहे. पंतप्रधानांनी मांडलेल्या विषयावर आता मतदान होईल. माफी असावी. पंतप्रधानांनी आता ठराव मांडावा असे मी विनंती करतो.
Honorable Speaker, after a thorough insight at our vision about inclusion of financial literacy in school curriculum, I now present a resolution about the implementation of the same. First of all, a subject dedicated especially to financial literacy will be introduced in the school curriculum in the new education policy. It will be introduced from class 6 to 10th. Regular tests will be conducted, and passing in these tests will be mandatory for the students to get promoted to next class. But the subject won't be involved in the annual exams. Some extra efforts and a different outlook will be provided to students in rural or remote areas by focusing there more on skill-based learning through different activities. Age-wise courses about financial literacy will be launched by government. Finally, I request all the state governments and all the educational boards to adopt the proposed curriculum of the financial literacy in order to ensure that all the students learn in a uniform and standard way. Now, I kindly appeal Honorable Leader of Opposition, Honorable members of ruling and opposition party in the Parliament to pass the bill by voting in favor of it, as the only intention behind this is the interest of India and her citizens. Thank you.
धन्यवाद. पंतप्रधानांनी मांडलेल्या ठरावावरील मतदानासाठीचा वेळ आता सुरू होत आहे. हा ठराव 21 विरुद्ध 3 मतांनी मंजूर झाला असे आम्ही जाहीर करतो. माननीय सभापतींना मी विनंती करतो की त्यांनी सत्ताधारी पक्षाने मांडलेल्या विषयाबद्दल मार्गदर्शन करावे व या सत्राविषयी आपले मनोगत व्यक्त करावे.
Honorable Prime Minister Shubhankar, I could not hear your surname. Okay. I congratulate you for whatever you have done, that people have. With great majority, they have passed your resolution. However, please have a seat. I have some observations about. Number one, somebody raised the point that 73% students do not go to school is probably wrong. It is true for 12th plus, that is higher education. The gross enrollment ratio at higher education is less in India. It is around 25 to 30% today, and we have been trying for last 25 years to make sure that it goes beyond 30%. And I'm happy, I'm sure it will be improving. Number two, the financial literacy word, if we want to introduce it to, our philosophy has never been talking about whether people should think of only earning money. I do not wish to offer any comments on that, but please note, in democracy, it is important that we address the questions which are very important for the development of the society. But we should not interfere into the departments like education. You are probably trying to dictate what should happen at grassroots level. Let your Department of Education handle when to introduce, how to introduce, whether it should be every year, etc., etc. That kind of mentality has to be changed in our country now. They have been dealing too much in details, which should be avoided. The financial literacy certainly helps people to understand how to live happily. That has to be mentioned. That the important point is whatever money you have, how do you spend it properly, how do you utilize it to make sure that whatever you have, you can live happily, and you define, yes, I want something more, then find out how to earn that extra, how to do it legally, so that people should not misuse anything to earn more money. They should not do anything wrong. Otherwise, the literacy will help them to go in a wrong way. I was extremely happy to listen to one of the members of the parliament who said, Bhamburkar, I believe, that you are talking about outcome. She was talking about outcome. If the outcome is not there, you see, how do you correlate outcome within a year or within 5 years or within 10 years of an educational system is a great problem all over the world. It is very tough. Are we happy with the outcome that is coming out every year? Are we happy that the students understand a particular subject and they complete it with whatever minimum competency is required? That is the only thing that teachers should look at. I believe you don't think about rural and you see, literacy, financial literacy, as the country is developing country, it is important that literacy should go to the grassroots level, even in the jungles. Whether it is tribes, whether it is rural area, everywhere financial literacy must reach. And please try to understand that this subject has to be discussed in your party properly. I don't think the subject was understood while presented. Please discuss this topic in detail with the members of your party. Understand what the subject is. What does it really mean? What is financial literacy? What is so important that everybody should know about it? That is my request. And thank you for that.